seed protector and seed back protectors. We've got you covered.
Good evening, beautiful people. Everybody, a few moments to get logged in.
And delivered straight from our ranch.
Dr. Jim, we can hear your background, sir. Brother Eric Armstrong, Mr. Don Lawler,
Hello.
Miss Allison, Miss Allen.
Hello.
How are you all?
Great.
Awesome, awesome.
Mr. Coleman,
Yes, sir.
I just got off that ice.
Sweet.
And back feels great because I can't feel it.
You broke
Well,
his
hey,
back.
it's okay. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Good. Is that your first time with the ice session that I told you about so far?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I've been on about 10 minutes. That's all.
Okay.
I was like, well, hey, I cannot lie. I do feel great. So,
Good. Now, after this webinar, do it for the full 20 minutes.
okay.
And then do the 40 minutes rest after that. And
Okay.
then that's when you're really going to be feeling your best. Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Sure. Happy I can help, my brother. Mr. Lawler, living legend.
Yes,
How are you,
sir.
sir? How
I'm
are you?
good.
How are you?
I'm
Good.
good. It's been a busy day. It's got more to
Yes.
come after this.
Yes, sir. I feel you. I feel you, brother. Same here. Are you ready to tell everybody how not to sound so salesy when we're trying to help them with our services and help them with their problems?
Going on.
So it's awesome. We'll give everybody just a few more minutes to come on in.
Okay. Have you heard from Connie?
Yes, sir. She said that she had to have another surgery today. She just texted me a little while ago.
I wasn't sure if it was today or tomorrow, but I knew she had to have another one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yep, another heart surgery. Yep. Today. Mhm. But she is battling it back as she always has. Survived multiple heart attacks, multiple strokes, dementia, and many other things so far. Breast cancer. Yes, sir. She's a
Positive
trooper.
attitude.
Amen. She is a
You've
trooper.
helped her get in a lot better shape. So yeah.
Yes, sir. And we're going to talk a lot about positive attitude today.
Yeah, positive attitude and
Yes, sir.
being a survivor, fighter.
Sir. I hate she's gonna miss this one. Yeah.
Yeah, we get it.
Dr. Jim,
Hey,
our other living legend. How are you, sir?
can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We
Can
can.
you hear me?
Yes, sir. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
But turn this on, it goes into fire. You need to plan to, you're going to have a bunch of cars here, so you probably want to plan to be on the road so you can get in and out. But not till 6 o'clock tomorrow.
Hello, Doc.
Yeah, we'll give them about 60 more seconds and we're gonna get started. We got a couple of new beautiful smiling faces on the call tonight. Miss Allison Lowe, my good compadre from University of Memphis. Smart as a whip. She's an engineer like you, Mr. Lawler.
Okay.
And Mr. Armstrong, my brother from another mother. He's the man with the tech plan as well with TechSmart. And Mr. Eric, are you able to put your camera on at the moment or no, sir? And Miss Allison, she is taking some medication, so she has asked in advance not to have her camera on tonight. So that's perfect. Okay. And if Mr. Eric, if you can't, that's also fine as well. But Mr. Lawler and I, we do like to see people's faces and actions and reactions and emotions when we're
Yes,
speaking
sir.
with them. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Classroom feedback.
All right, let's go ahead and get started. Brother Armstrong, can you hear us?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, perfect. Are you going to keep your camera off or are you going to be able to put it on?
I'll be able to put it on later.
Okay,
Yeah, right now.
not a problem. Go ahead, brother. Do your thing. Miss Allison, you good to go? You can still hear?
Yes, I can hear pretty clearly.
Sweet. All right. All right, Miss Allen, Dr. Jam, Mr. Lawler. Let's rock and roll. We're just a few, the Marines tonight. I like it. All right. So I'm going to share my screen with you all. Can everyone see my screen okay?
Yes, sir.
Perfecto. So, good evening, beautiful people, or good evening, God's beautiful people. So, this is the Wednesday webinar. Today is Wednesday, May 20th, 2026, in the year of our Lord. And remember, the Wednesday webinars are every first, third, and fourth Wednesdays of the month on Zoom. And we are hosted by The Reality of Networking International. I'm your host, Mr. Issac D. Coleman, and my co-host, two living legends, Mr. Don Lawler of Storytellers and Brand Aid, Branding the Sticks, and Dr. James Renford Powell, metaphysicist and the founder of I Am Press and the Institute of Applied Metaphysics. So, in today's agenda, we shall cover the practical purpose of the Wednesday webinars. Why even have them? Segment 1, I will present what seeds are you planting in your garden. Segment 2, Mr. Lawler is going to take it, how to sell your work without feeling salesy. So, the practical purpose of the Wednesday webinars, simply to educate and empower entrepreneurs and business professionals with realistic, tried and true tools, technologies, philosophies, and proper protocols designed to help you become more successful with advertising, marketing, masterminding, and networking in your everyday businesses and lives. In other words, these are the blueprints for how to achieve your goals, increase your sales, and enhance your marketing. So, the past few weeks, we have been going over a lot about networking, masterminding, sales and advertising, how to send referrals and how to receive referrals, and the most important skill set that an entrepreneur or business professional needs, called networking skills, which most business owners don't have. Well, there is something else that is super important and needed even before you start to try and develop your networking skills or masterminding skills or your sales and marketing enhancement. It's called the mindset. What seeds are you planting in your garden? So I will start off with a little ancient wisdom for you all from the Holy Bible, the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 3 states, "Commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established." In Proverbs chapter 14, verse 23, it says, "There is benefit in every kind of hard work." In Isaiah 43:19, it states, "See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it?" In Jeremiah 29:11, it says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future." And in the Renford Affirmations by Dr. James Renford Powell, our own living legend, it states, "The essence of God is in me, and I am pure potentiality. Every thought I have creates. I am aware that I can create destructively just as easily as I can create constructively." So I ask you, what seeds are you planting in your garden? What seeds are you planting in your garden? Now, as many of you all know, Mr. Issac D. Coleman here, I am the only American to ever capture the most thumb push-ups in 1 minute. That's 60 seconds. 4 Guinness World Records, while raising tons of funds for those beautiful babies at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. So I know a little something about planting seeds. In today's agenda, we will cover this. Are you planting seeds of fruits or seeds of weeds? Topic 2, we will discover, here is how to know the difference. And then in topic 3, what to do about it. So I ask you, good people, beautiful people, what is your garden? Anybody, what is your garden? Miss Allen, Mr. Armstrong, anybody, what is your garden?
Well, I don't know about anybody else, but I got a lot of gardens. And
Amen, brother.
one main garden is my family. And why was somebody calling me? Main garden is my family. Literally my seed, my kids, and my wife, and what I'm planting in her, with good positive affirmations and encouragement, provisions. Also with my business, hey, am I constantly learning, constantly reinventing myself, staying ahead of the curve, and what am I doing good business, and am I making good relationships? Thank God for y'all's for this group, our group, good relationships and hopefully planting some good seeds here as well. So, and plus I got some plenty of other seeds as well, but that's pretty much
Beautiful.
my garden.
I like that. So I heard a man said family, that's his garden. Heard the man say his business. Heard the man say this group, our group. Wonderful garden. Mr. Lawler, Miss Allen, anybody got anything to add to that? Or
Don't really add
amend
anything.
to that?
My family garden grew and they're growing more. I've got grandkids. One
Okay.
day, hope to have great grands.
I love it. I love it. Okay. Miss Allen, you got anything? What is your garden? What is your garden? Get a little bit closer, Miss Allen. Can't hear you.
I guess my part is my family too.
Your family as well. All right. Well, I'll tell you all those are good answers. Let's dig a little deeper. What is the root of your family in the first place? What is the root of your business in the first place? What is the root of this mastermind organization or any networking group or anything whatsoever? What is the root of it all? I'll give you the answer in just a second. What are your seeds? Can anybody tell me what are your seeds? What are your seeds, beautiful people? Anybody? What are your seeds?
I think everything,
Seeds.
your work, everything you say and do, Bible says that there's good seed and bad seed.
All right. So we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere.
Well,
Go
your,
ahead.
your seeds is what comes out of your mouth. Your seeds is what comes out of your brain. Life and death lies within the power of the tongue. You can speak life or you can speak death. So you can, same thing for, your thought processes. You can think your way into a good situation. You can think your way into some bad situations. So,
Okay.
you know,
Well, those are all some really good answers.
You're thinking.
All right. Now we're getting somewhere. Thinking. That's a thinking man over there. That's the doctor on thought. So this presentation could be titled How to Help You Think Better.
mm,
It could essentially be called How to Help You Think Better, because your garden is your mind and your life. That's your garden. Your mind and your life will shape everything and everyone around you. Your seeds, as Dr. Jim stated, are your thoughts. Your seeds are your thoughts and people's energy, those that you allow around you. Take a look at this sign here. I have this sign posted up here at the fitness studio. Watch your thoughts, for they become words. Watch your words, for they become actions. Watch your actions, for they become your habits. Watch your habits, for they become your character. Watch your character, for it becomes your destiny. In other words, to sum it all up, what we think, we become. What we think about the most, we become. We can just take a look in the reflection in the mirror. We can take a look in the reflection of our life, our family, our businesses, our jobs, the whole 9 yards. It is a reflection and compilation of our energetic thoughts and actions carried out. That's all it is. Your mind and life is your garden. Your thoughts and other people's energy and thoughts that you allow them to put into your mind are your seeds. So topic 1, ask yourself this as we're going through the presentation so that you can have a reflection of your own life. Are you planting seeds of fruits or seeds of weeds? Are you planting seeds of fruits or seeds of weeds? Take a look at the left corner picture. You see how those weeds are blocking your pathway to success. This is because those seeds have accumulated and they've sprung up in weeds. They block your path, your pathway to success. These are the inundated fear-based thinking, thoughts of lack, thoughts of unhealthiness, thoughts of fear of any kind, be it jealousy, be it hatred, be it I can't do this. Never tell yourself that. One of the worst set of words you can put into your mouth and into your head in your thoughts. These are thoughts of, this is too hard, I must give up. This is not meant for me. Most of your thoughts and most of your enemies are in your own head. It's called fear-based thinking. Just ask Dr. Jim. And that fear-based thinking creates seeds of weeds. They're planted into your garden called your mind, and before you know it, they've sprung up. And there's not a fruit or flower in sight. But the flowering fruits of success, well, these are the positive thoughts. They bear fruits, they bear flowers. These are the I can do this. These are the no matter how hard it is, I know that I shall overcome this obstacle, and obstacles are just opportunities for me to get better. Those positive thoughts, knowing as long as I do everything legitimately that I know I can do, well, I know that God and the universe will work the rest out for me. Those will bear you results, a life of success in whatever it is that you're doing, be it health, be it wealth, fitness, or finance. If you continue with that thinking pattern, success is absolutely yours. Get rid of the seeds, not only from your own head, the seeds of weeds, but the seeds of weeds of others. People who call you with negativity. Do they just complain? Do they call you to complain? Do they always point out you're doing something bad, but never talk about the good things that you're doing? Those are seeds of weeds. Those are seeds of weeds. So we've got an echo going on here. See. Dr. Jim, you logged on once or twice?
I'm not hearing an echo.
No.
Okay.
Is it me? Am I the one? I can
You're fine this time. I don't see you logged on twice this time, so you should be okay.
I can hit the mute if you want to see if that works.
Sure. Let's see if that helps out. Sure. Let's go. So not only do you have to be careful of your own seeds of weeds, you very much so need to be careful of the seeds of weeds of others. Are they calling you to brag on you? Well, then they are most certainly seeds of fruits. Are they calling you to try to bring you down intentionally or unintentionally? When they speak, do they speak from empowerment and education? Or are they trying to take away from that which you are? Are they words uplifting and truthful? Is there evidence to what they have to say? Or do they call you with their feelings and believe that feelings are more important than facts? You see, those are seeds of weeds. And those are people you have to be careful of. You will allow them to plant those seeds of weeds into your garden, and we see what happens to your road and your pathway of success. Here's how to know the difference. Weeds grow in your life as intruders. These are most certainly the intrusive thoughts. When you say, you know what, this must not be meant for me. Maybe I'll just try something else. I'm not cut out for this. You're allowing those intrusive thoughts. Those seeds of weeds are being planted. and they're going to block your path to success. You know, Mr. Jim Rohn, another wonderful, great Jim of the modern era, he used to always say, growth never came from comfort. If it was easy, it wouldn't be worth your while. Nothing in life worth will be easy. You can't have a comfortable experience or life and also have great success at the same time. He says it's a fallacy. It's a myth. You will never run out of problems. He said, but what you can do is have way more solutions than the problems. He says, ask not, why can I have an easier life? But ask for more wisdom and skills, more solutions to solve your problems. If you think that you're going to have it easier, it's naivety. So those intruders, they're coming mostly from your own mind. As Mr. Lawler always talks about, the 80-20 rule. 80% of the time, your own seeds of weeds are coming from you, your own self, your fear-based thinking. The other 20% are coming from the outsiders. Don't dare let those haters in. That is what the intruders are. Coming from other people, they're the haters. People who say you can't do it. The people who say you ought to give on up. No one is going to like that idea. That's never going to go anywhere. You know, if I had to listen to the haters, I wouldn't have gone down in history as the first and only American to break the thumb push-up world record for Guinness. I called every gym and fitness studio in county of Shelby, Memphis, Bartlett, Germantown, Memphis, you name it. No one would help. Told me, hey, you get to market your business. It's going to be great. Doing a St. Jude fundraiser. Yeah, whatever, man. You can't do that. So yeah, I most certainly can do that. I've been doing this for years. Now it's time for me to break the record. Yeah, nobody can do that. Whatever. We're not interested. Time after time after time after time again. Now, it was very difficult putting all that on. But had I listened to the haters saying, you can't do this, you ought to just give up. I don't believe it. Had I allowed their beliefs to be seeds of weeds in my garden, I would have believed like them, and I would have never done it. But lo and behold, I kept planting seeds of positivity into my garden. What sprung up and grew? Finally, where I first became a personal trainer many years ago, 22 years ago, the YMCA were the only ones who said, yes, let us be ordained by Guinness. Give us all the rules. Give them our credentials. We'll adjudicate this for you the right way. And they did. Had I listened to those haters, and it was many of them, all the gyms in the county of Shelby, except for the YMCA, I would have allowed those intruders into my mind, and I wouldn't have had the ability to break that record for our country and raise money for those babies had I listened to those haters, naysayers. So that's what your intruders are. They're the haters and naysayers. Now, the people in your life, and most importantly, your own thoughts, you have to protect your crop. If you're going to have results, it is a result of your protection. If you're going to have goals achieved and received in your reality, it is a result of your protection. You must protect your positive thoughts, your positive mindset. You must protect your positive seeds so that they bear fruit and flowers. You must protect them. You put your guardrail up. You don't let any negativity in. Someone's bringing you something negative, you say, I can't do that. No, thank you. With all due respect. No. If you're working on something great or good in life, most certainly, that good, that greatness, it shall be attacked. If you're working on something great in life, negativity is coming your way in the form of haters and your own negative, fear-based thinking thoughts. So you must protect yourself at all costs. Protect that mindset. Protect your positivity, your love-based thinking. Remember, love and hate are not opposites. Love and fear are opposites. Love is everything positive, good, great, God, the universe, and you, the very essence of you. Fear is the one that creates hatred, jealousy, and all sorts of other things anti to love. What to do about it? What to do about it? Well, I want one of you to take an answer on that one. If you notice weeds growing up in your garden, because take a look at this bottom picture on the left. Weeds will overgrow and overthrow your garden. They will choke out every positivity, every flowering fruit that you have. And once again, stunt, block, halt your path to success. What do you do if you notice weeds growing in your garden? Anybody?
Pluck it out.
Who said that?
Miss Connie did.
There we go, Miss Connie, from her hospital bed. You pluck it out. The man said, what does the gardener do if he notices weeds growing in the garden? What does the farmer do? You pluck them out, root and stem, because they will choke out every life and possibility of your success. Now, the flowering fruits, however, once you protect them and you protect them right, they will continue to nourish and sustain your positive mindset. The more positive thoughts, loving thoughts, constructive thoughts that you have, the more of those types of plants will grow. Pluck out those weeds. Now let's have a word for Mr. Jim Rohn, co-founder of Herbalife. He says, don't let the weeds win. How to protect the garden of your mind.
Life is fairly brief, so you got to read every book you can get your hands on what to do with your springs while they're here. And take advantage, they soon run out. The Beatles wrote, life is so short, but life is brief. So whatever you're going to do with your life, you got to get at it. Don't just let the springs pass. Here's the third major lesson in life to learn. Learn how to protect your crops all summer. You got to take care of what you start. Sure enough, as soon as you've planted your garden in the spring, the busy bugs and the noxious weeds are out to take it. And here's the next bit of truth. They will take it unless you prevent it. And that's the third major skill to learn. You've got to learn to prevent the intruder from taking all the good you start. It's one of the challenges. Here's two key phrases on the number 3. First one, all good will be attacked on this planet. Maybe not the next one we get to, but on this one, all good will be attacked. Every garden will be invaded. Not to think so is naive. And here's the second phrase. All values must be defended.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Does that make sense, everybody?
Yep.
Fairly.
Beautiful. So I'll leave you all with this. In the Holy Bible, 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33 states, bad company corrupts good character. Reiterating what we started off with. In Galatians 6 and 7, it states, whatever a man sows, he will reap in return.
Mm-hmm.
In the Renford Affirmations, Dr. Jim states, I know that anything I can conceive and believe, I can achieve. That's anything. That means the positive thoughts will create positive outcomes. The negative thoughts will create negative outcomes. You called them. You sowed them, now you reap them, but the choice is yours. That's the powerful thing about it. The choice is ours. What seeds are you planting in your garden? Plant seeds of positivity into your life, into your garden of your mind and life. That is what I propose to you all to do. Positive thoughts, they rule us from within. Positive people, they promote our growth and development. I urge you to remove seeds of negativity from your garden of your mind and life. You see, negative thoughts, they ruin us from within. Negative people, they block our path and stunt our growth. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes segment 1 of our Wednesday webinar. What seeds are you planting in your garden? If you want to take a screenshot of this, you can. Give you about 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Next week, I will cover, are you missing opportunities? And I will teach you how to take advantage of every opportunity for your business, for your book, for your job, for your interest, or whatever it is that is important for you. Are you capitalizing on every possibility and opportunity? And remember, ladies and gentlemen, after you know in your mind what you want, the key to success is what? To start before you are fully ready. And if you want more referrals for your business or more connections to get into business or to get a new job, well, the law on this is simple. It's the law of prosperity, and it is generosity. If you want more, give more strategically. And now we turn our attention to my co-host, the living legend, Mr. Don Lawler himself. Today, I have the honor to introduce Mr. Don Lawler of Storytellers and branding that sticks. If you confuse, you will lose. Mr. Don Lawler. Mr. Don Lawler can help you tell a better story to grow a better brand. Mr. Don is a national award-winning writer, producer, and director, and has told stories on radio and television for over 40 years, ladies and gentlemen, while working with celebrities, athletes, speakers, marketers, and Fortune 500 companies. Today, he helps entrepreneurs tell their brand stories and create standout brands. He does it with brand strategy, messaging, broadcast video, quality video, photography, and coaching. Clients have included companies like FedEx, Chevrolet, Train, Pfizer, Xlax, GlaxoSmithKline, Medtronic, Microport, Marriott, Boy Scouts of America, Come and Get It Dog Food, Rebel Books, Stroh's Beer, Haverty's Furniture, National Tire Wholesale, and hundreds of small businesses just like yours. Mr. Lawler served as the president of the Columbia School of Broadcasting and also helped launch 12 successful companies. He was VP of Marketing at Genesis Testament Centers, where his strategy increased revenue by 237% in only 6 months, and Vice President of Marketing and co-founder of HealthStream, where he raised $30 million for an IPO. Mr. Lawler helped launch a full-power television station, manage a multi-million-dollar media center, and an international broadcasting ministry, reaching 36 countries. Mr. Lawler is a certified guerrilla marketing coach and was mentored by the likes of Mr. J. Conrad Levinson, creator of the Marlboro Man, Jolly Green Giant, Pillsbury Doughboy, and Tony the Tiger, and participated in marketing masterminds and marketing courses with experts including Zig Ziglar, Jay Abraham, Dan Kennedy, Donald Miller, and Fabian Fredrickson, branding with Pia Silva, and personal branding training with Jamie Swanson and Jesse Wyman. Without a doubt, Mr. Lawler has demonstrated a history of adding value while working in the broadcasting, media, marketing, advertising, and videography industries. If you want to up-level your brand, have a better strategy, and tell a better story, call Mr. Don Lawler of Storytellers and Brand Aid, branding that sticks. So please put your hands together for my co-host, the living legend, Mr. Don Lawler.
Ding, ding for the bell. Oh, gosh.
Man.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm so glad to see everybody here tonight. Thank you for coming, and thank you for participating. And Miss Connie, you get the gold star tonight, dear, for showing up from your hospital bed. That was a nice surprise.
Oh, thank you.
I hope you're feeling better.
Yeah, 2 times around is enough.
Yes, ma'am. One was enough for me. Okay. Tonight, I want to talk to you a little bit about selling. How many of you love selling? Raise your hand. Let's see some hands.
Yeah.
Not many people do. I hated salespeople. My first, probably 7, 8 years of selling or of radio and television, because I was running the marketing or the advertising and marketing department, and we were producing commercials, writing, producing, things like that. And salespeople would come in at the last minute, want miracles, and we worked our tail off to do a really good job. And we had to crank stuff out. And it helped me get disciplined on how to handle people, write copy really quickly, get people to produce things and get it on air. So that's helped me out with my businesses since. But I did not like salespeople until I went to a conference with the sales staff. I was at ABC at the time, and I got to meet Zig Ziglar. He amazed me. That guy, I had zero money in my pocket. I was a newlywed, and I thought I needed to call my wife to ask, for a little money to buy a few books and stuff. But I'll tell you what, that was one of the best investments I ever made. I just took a chance on it, put it on a credit card, and it's made me a lot of money since. And he was a salesman's salesman. He was just unbelievable. And I learned a lot from him. And of course, a lot of other people throughout my career I've been able to learn a lot from. But Don Miller in Nashville is an excellent copywriter, probably one of the best I've ever met. And he's been my coach and mentor since about 2018. But one of the things he did was a lesson that I really, really liked a lot, and I thought it'll help you guys tonight. And it's how to sell your work without feeling salesy. And I know I felt really salesy until I learned how to just do it naturally, but it didn't really come naturally. There are tricks to the trade. You've got to know your product, you've got to know your customer, and you've got to be able to communicate well. And Don has a formula basically for that. And I just want to share that with you tonight because it's been very, very helpful. So how to sell your work without feeling salesy. You need curiosity, you need enlightenment, and commitment. Okay? Curiosity, enlightenment, and commitment for your customers, for the people you're trying to sell to. Mr. Isaac, thanks for the graphic there for me. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
You see a house. One has steps 5 steps to be exact, and the other doesn't have steps at all. Whoop. There we go. I thought Jim was going to take over. Okay, so the one on the left has 0 steps. You get into that house without steps. How do you have to climb on the porch? How are you going to get up there? And we treat our sales often pretty much like that. We know our business. We talk too much. We tell them too many things, and they get really confused. On the right, you see a house with 5 steps, and there are 5 steps that we need to consider to sell our product or service and not feel salesy. So here's how it works. You make people curious with 5 sound bites. Now, like I said, Don is he's a master of communications and copywriting. And you need to have 5 sound bites that are simple to understand, no confusion. If you confuse, you lose. And we're going to get people to the top of your porch. You enlighten them on the front porch with pieces of collateral. Does everybody know what collateral is? That's things like this. Paperwork. I can't see if I'm even showing up on the camera at this point. But, you know, business cards, flyers, things that you show on the internet, wherever, even radio and television ads. So we want to try and help with good pieces of collateral. We want to earn their trust and give them familiarity with you and your product. Okay, and then, and only then, are they willing to commit and go through the front door, but only if you incentivize them to do so. So we're going to talk about that tonight. Most businesses, most artists, most creative people, their house looks like the one on the left. Okay. No porch. How do you get to them? How do you get to learn from them? How do you get to enjoy the benefits of what they offer? So those steps don't provide any survival sound bites at all. Okay, people want to survive. One of the things I learned from Don was your basic brain is there to help you thrive and survive. And that's the 2 basic things it does. And so when we're buying things from people, we're trying to survive or to thrive. Okay. You want to thrive, you might want that fancy ski boat. If you're wanting to survive, you may just want to get fed today. You may want to feed the kids, right?
Yes, sir.
So most people in doing sales are not enlightening anyone. They're just vomiting sales speak. They can't get anybody to go through the front door because pretty much their house or their business is boarded up, right? See the board over the door there. And we want to try and get you up on the porch and through that door. Okay, the problem is their messaging has a high cognitive load. And what does that mean? It means that people who have to think too hard to figure out why they should buy from you. Why should they climb those steps? Why should they go in through the door? Why should they buy from you? Here's the thing Don always says, don't make people think. Remember, your basic brain wants to survive or thrive. The first 2 things it needs to figure out, if I talk with you, am I going to survive or am I going to thrive? Hopefully both, right? If not, get away. Go away. Okay. So you need to reduce the cognitive load. The mantra, don't make people think, is in the back of my mind because of Don Miller. When your house has steps, it's very obvious that you get to the top of the porch, right? You take the steps, take the stairs. The difference is that it's easy to understand is that we understand how to get up steps, right? But we have to think too hard, especially if we aren't physically able to get up on the porch. How are we going to do it? Why should we do it? You know, things like that. It's not as easy to understand if you have blockades in front of people. so they can't get through. The truth is, the more the cognitive load, the less people will buy. Think about that. Every time you go to meet somebody at a meeting, you tell them everything you do. And then you tell them stories behind that. Find out about them, listen to them. And then maybe you can address that thing that you offer or can offer. So the more people have to think, the more about what you're selling, the less people are going to buy. The soundbite strategy is how Don says you do it. 5 sound bites with a low cognitive load. You give them enlightenment and collateral with a low cognitive load on it. And adding incentive collateral with a low cognitive load that equals higher sales. That's the goal. A little story about a guy. Actually, I'm going to say that story for a little bit longer. Okay, we're going to try and create a house that shows, right? The number one problem, step number one, is to solve the problem. Getting your friends together to create a memory that they will never forget is the challenge, okay? And I'll tell you the story in a second. I'm going to tell you about an artist named Thad. He's not selling he's not selling a house or concert. He doesn't do concerts anymore, but he was a pretty popular musician a long time ago. And now he wants to make a living on the side. And he has an idea. He wants to sell a house concert, not a house or a concert, but a house concert. And he's trying to help you get your friends together, okay? And that's something that the hero wants. We'll talk about the heroes in a minute. But Thad's product or service or serving you is to get you to solve a problem you have. How do you get your friends together, right? Now, Thad Cockrell is a studio musician in Nashville, and he used to do concerts, but he decided to do house concerts instead. And the idea was for you to get 50 friends. He performs and gives everyone an album at the end of the night to remember the concert. The price? Hold on to your seats, $50,000. I know most people can't do that. Maybe you charge your friends. I don't know. But there are people actually paying him to do this. And the homeowners are not the hero. We all think we're selling you something, so we're the hero. Boy, I thought that forever when I was writing commercials years ago, that my client was the hero. No, they are the guide. Think of the story of Star Wars. Remember Han Solo? His family got wiped out, and he wants revenge, right? He wants to become a Jedi Knight. He has no idea how to do that. And he meets a guide. That guide is just like you. He's been there. He knows what you're going through, and he knows how to get you where you want to go. Right?
Hey, I'm here. You're not my nurse.
Oh, hello?
Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry.
Oh, okay, that was the nurse. Bring her on in. Okay. So I took a little side with that because that's a story that just kind of sticks with me. Everybody knows Star Wars and understands the difference in Luke Skywalker, who wants to be the hero, but he needs a guide. He needs someone who can help him understand what it's going to take, how to get there, so he can avenge his family, right? So Thad came up with this idea, and it apparently went gangbusters. He does it around the country now. He's actually a friend of Don Miller. That's how I know the story. So you choose a problem that they have, not you and not Thad, right? Remember, the customer is the hero. So it's the customer's problem, right? Whoever has the problem is the hero of the story, okay? So when you're selling, be thinking about that. Now, step one, the problem. Getting your friends together to create a memory that they'll never forget is the challenge. So now Thad's not selling a house concert. He's trying to help get you and your friends together. And that's something that the hero wants. That's the product that Thad's selling or the service that maybe you're selling. Step two is empathy. You've got to understand what your client or customer is going through. I know how hard it is to get together with friends to enjoy something special. Step 3 is the answer. And that's why Thad designed his house show, to bring people together, to laugh, to sing, and more than anything else, to feel close. His answer solved the problem. And the problem isn't listening to Thad's great music either. The problem is getting all of the friends together. And when you provide a transformation, that's what he was doing, you add value. That's something that Mr. Issac just mentioned, add value. And I think that's a real top key in anything you sell, to add value. I studied and became a certified guerrilla marketing coach, and I chose not to actually open a practice to teach that. Instead, most of my clients needed the help of a guerrilla marketer. They needed to learn how to think like a guerrilla marketer. And I would help them just while I was helping them solve another problem, usually with video or photography or copywriting or something like that, directing. But whatever the problem was, I would learn about their needs, their wants, their blockades in life, or whatever it was that they were trying to get to. And I would teach them guerrilla marketing principles so that they could win the battle, right? Win whatever it is that they were trying to do. So I answer that call by offering change. Thad was the host that offered change, and he wanted you to keep memories forever. Step 5 is the end result. A chance to connect with the people that you love, plus a night with friends that will talk about you forever, right? So that's why people who are well-heeled might throw a big party for $50,000 with some of their closest friends. A quick story about, I was shooting a wedding for the people that own Denstall's and the blood bank. Their daughter was getting married, and they had a big wedding. I learned something from this because he was advertising and serving his clients. He had about 800 people. They were both friends and client friends that came to the wedding. And I thought, this is bodacious. Well, stop and think about it from a business standpoint. They showed the product of their business in a really creative way. Denstall's had a waterfall built of chocolate pouring down, and chocolatiers making chocolate treats for all the guests as they came to this beautiful long bar with every kind of chocolate you could imagine. And then they had other, nice things to do. They also hired an artist that had a #1 hit years ago. I can't remember the song right now exactly, but the bride and her father loved this song. So unbeknownst to her, he hires this artist to come down from Canada and sing her song while he and she did their father-daughter dance. And she changed the words. She even said, I changed the words just for you, Marissa, just for this occasion. And so she tweaked it slightly, but it was a song we all heard on the radio, and it was #1. And I'm telling you what, everybody had fun at that party, even the people who were doing the serving. It was great music, great fun, all the chocolates you could stand, and great drinks, everything. And that was their way of giving back to their family, giving back to their customers, and inviting them into a story of their daughter and their marriage and their family and what they and what their customers meant to them and their ability to throw such a soiree. So that's a good way to look at it, I think. So the end result is what happens and what helped Thad, and it also helped my friends and clients. So think about this. It's very different than any way most artists promote themselves, right? Have you ever heard of an artist talk about how hard it was to make a record? We've all heard that on interviews and things like that. That's boring. Sounds self-serving. Talk about your clients. Make them the hero. And you'll sell all you need to sell. And like Zig said years ago, you help enough other people get what they want, you can have anything you want. Well,
Amen.
that's it for tonight. That was fairly short. Let me see if I can dig real quick. There were five things, sound bites, that I want you to think about. Remember step one. Okay, write this down if you will. Step one, the problem. Okay, you think about your clients and your products and your services. Think about the problem and write one sound bite, 1 or 2 sentences most, and commit it to memory. Okay, step two, empathy. How can you show how you have empathy and understanding, and you know how to help that person because you've been there before, or you have a product or service that actually will help their problem. They don't sell them everything, find out what they need. Step three is the answer. And that's why Thad designed his house show, was to bring people together, to laugh, sing, and have a memory that the host, who is actually the guide, Thad was the performer, the host was the guide. He knew his folks needed this, right? They would appreciate it, and they would be remembered. He would be remembered forever. They would remember this event with fondness, right? And step 4 is change. In his case, the host hosted the night, and Thad did all the work, right? Maybe you have a company, you're selling insurance or something. You sell the product, but somebody else has got to deliver it, right? But you're helping your client get what they need, right? And the end result, a change, a value proposition that really makes something better for that person's life. And if you'll work on those 5 things, create 1, 2 sentences at most, and then test them out on your next prospect. Test them out on me. Call me. Let's just see if you don't get your sales going up. After it becomes memory, it's just really easy. Don't talk too much. Talk just enough. First, find out what your client is hurting with, what their problem is, what they're trying to solve. Learn about them. And then if you have something, offer your sound bites, right? So that's it for tonight. I hope it helped.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. So now we're going to open it up, beautiful people, for about 5 to 10 minutes of questions and answers. Any questions or answers we can deliver? Let's go. Anything from Mr. Lawler on how not to sound so salesy? If you didn't get some of those notes, let him know so we can get that over to you. Any questions for me on what seeds are you planting in your garden called your mind in your life? Any questions for anybody? Let's go. Let's shoot away.
Can Mr. Lawler go through the 4 steps? I got the problem, showing empathy, bring the mineral people together and change. But what is the 5th step?
Oh, I'm sorry. The 5th step.
End result. The end result.
The end result.
Number 5 is the end result.
Now, what is the result you want your client or customer to have? They need to see themselves in that place, or owning that car, or owning that insurance or whatever, and making their life better. Remember, they're trying to survive or thrive. That's a good question. Thank you.
Beautiful.
You know, I don't have a question, but once again, it's a really great webinar. I like the fear-based thinking portion, Mr. Coleman, and making sure that we're in, in a positive mindset, in a positive, just total positivity around us, inwardly and outwardly. And Mr. Don Lawler, I totally agree as well about the making sure that we find out what the people need and how we can help them. That's one of the big things. That's one of the big sell points when it comes to me with insurance, because you don't want to just sell something or try to sell something that someone doesn't need.
Yes, ma'am.
Because more often than not, they're not going to keep what you, or especially if it's a continuous payment plan or something like that, they're not going to probably honor the full obligation of it if it's not something that they feel like they need.
Yes, ma'am.
But great job, both of you guys.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
You are a trusted guide, especially if you're selling products like insurance.
Yes,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, I've seen Mr. Misi call home office with some of her clients before and take really, really good care of them to help them with their accounts, to help them get reinstated, and just to help them all the way. And you can tell they're just ecstatic about that, and it really helps them out, to have that type of support there. So she does a really great job with that.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Mr. Armstrong, you got anything great, sir?
Yes. So one of my struggles was, you know, being in tech and knowing how business operates, knowing that, I had a computer store myself, and I understand when these big guys come, AT&T, C Spire, and, the likes, the alike, they're just going to sell you a product. They're not looking at your best interest. They understand that you don't know. And I understand before I even go into the business, I know what you got. I know how much you're spending. I know you need me, you know. Now, getting them to listen has been the struggle. I look and look at your old phone on your desk, and I know we're in the digital era, and this is voice over IP. And I know that you could pay $30 a seat and have a Fortune 500 type phone system that does a plethora of things, but you're willing to have the old analog, and you're probably paying 200 some dollars, and you're paying for the phone and fax. You get what I'm saying?
Sure.
Absolutely.
And then they still won't listen, you know, just having a seat at the table just for you to hear me out. And that has been the biggest struggle for me, going into a place, and I listen to them. I ask them the question. So what's your biggest pain in here? Oh, these phones, blah, 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 blah. And now, okay, I can fix that. And now, and then, but what you just taught, Mr. Lawler, this will help me gear down. And I also need to think in the put myself in the customer's shoe and be like, okay, they're looking at me like some kind of salesperson coming here and trying to sell the next big thing, blah, 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 blah. How can I break that wall down so you'll know that I know what I'm talking about? You'll understand I'm not here to sell you nothing, but I am here to help increase your bottom line, if that's what you want. Because it don't make sense for you to tell me we're in business to make money, but you rather pay $250 for a phone bill where you could be paying 30, or at least have something up to date that's helping increase your efficiency or something. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Do you invite them to actually see you use the equipment? I don't know. I'm just
No, so I don't have now. When I had a store in Grenada, in my hometown,
right.
no, I did not. Now I do have customers that I try to let them know, look, I got Ashley Furniture, I got UPS, I got blah blah blah, I got this, dental office, and try to help break that down, let them know I'm not some fly by night guy, and I got some customers, but it's just still a struggle.
Okay. How long have you been doing this as a business?
2012.
Okay. Okay. You've been doing this a long time.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have collateral created that will lead
I,
you down a path?
I did, and I could do. I guess I need to do. Looking at that, I need to do a better job of that. I need to create the collateral, the pamphlets, the guerrilla marketing type stuff. That hey, everywhere they turn, they're seeing TechSmart, TechSmart, TechSmart. They got my phone number on there. Matter of fact, I don't have it with me. It's at work, but I had a mouse pad. It's straight up TechSmart with the phone number. So if you got that, hey, every time you're looking at your mouse, pins, but it was, and I don't know how much I should have been keeping up track, with some of those metrics. Hey, how many people are coming in with our marketing aspects and stuff like this. So,
Now, how are you finding your customers right now?
well, I have taken a big step back. I'm just working at FedEx doing IT support for
Okay.
pennies. And I'm just, taking a step back right now. And I just turned it to a corporation, matter of fact, and, just kind of starting over, but, I still got my longevity of my company's history. It's just,
Okay. Been there, done that. So
yep.
yeah, feel free to call me sometime. Grab a cup of coffee, and I'd like to know more about what you're doing. A little bit. I'm techie too, so I understand tech, but maybe I can help you break down some things that are stopping you from getting either in the door or getting past the first few questions or something like that. I don't know. I need to do a diagnosis. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. And most companies think that, hell yeah, we already got IT, and you can't tell us that.
Yeah.
That's
Let me ask you, what size customers are you basically working with? Mom and pop stores or
well,
million plus?
well, right now, no, it
Okay.
didn't matter to me
Okay.
because I knew that they all had similar issues, especially if I'm just trying to get in with your phone system,
Uh-huh.
your internet, or just your networking closet. I already know is a mess, you know. So any of those three right there, and now we can add AI, which I know none of them know what's going on with AI like I do. So I have a lot of little, sectors that I can come in there and help optimize a company, big or small.
Okay. Well, give me a buzz and let me know who you've been primarily going to and what the problems were you were running into to close a sale. Tell me about some successful sales and tell me who you really want to work with. And
Okay.
we'll chat. Okay.
Good deal.
Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan.
And Mr. Armstrong, you got Mr. Lawler's phone number?
Yes, I got his card, but I tell you what, give it to me right now as well.
All right.
You
It's
want
also
to
in your
put it
it's
up?
also in your email as well when I emailed you.
Okay. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Yeah. Friday or Monday, I think is probably I could, talk a little bit. But I want to let's start there. That's a good place to start because I need to know who you are, your background, what you're trying to accomplish, where you've run into some difficulty, and where you've had some wins. That will
Gotcha.
give me a good idea where to start.
Gotcha. And what I'll do, I'll text you my websites. I'll
Okay.
text
Good.
you and everything you get is been built by me.
Okay. Great.
So you'll be able to see all the skill sets, from
Perfect.
there. And I send you my LinkedIn page, and that
Okay.
should tell a nice
Okay.
story there.
Perfect. Perfect.
He's the man.
Anybody
He's the
in
man,
this
Mr. Lawler.
group, anybody in this group, you want to send me your collateral, let me see it.
Thank you, sir.
Happy to help.
Mr. Eric Armstrong, the man with the tech plan. The tech smart. Yes, sir. Anybody else got anything before we close out for this evening, beautiful people? No questions for me.
I've heard some rumors, Sir Isaac.
Yes, sir.
I heard that you've been appointed to the Board of Regents of the Institute of Applied Metaphysics.
Oh, is that right?
Oh,
And I also heard that Eric Armstrong was writing a book, and
He is.
it's being published now.
He
And
is.
I've also heard that Don Lawler bought a truckload of Dr. Peppers after our meeting the other day.
that's an inside joke, folks.
Well, I'm definitely excited about being appointed. Thank you, Dr. Jim. And that's amazing. Been waiting
I
on
want
that.
to know about this book.
Yes.
What book are you talking about, man?
Mr. Eric Armstrong's book. That's
A
what we're talking
book?
about. Uh-huh.
Called the
Not Dr. Pepper. No,
Our,
not
our
Dr. Pepper.
AI genius, Mr. Eric
Web-
Armstrong.
Web 3.0. Web 3.0. You ever heard of that?
Yes, sir.
Man, what is Web 3.0? That sounds foreign.
Eric Armstrong at his best.
Uh-huh. There you go. Yes, sir. Yep.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Blockchain,
Thank
AI,
you.
and more. Mr. Eric Armstrong is the man with the tech plan. I'm telling you.
All right.
If you would, Mr. Eric, let us know a little bit about that book you're publishing with Dr. Jim and when it's expectancy on being released and so forth. Just a brief overview, if you will.
Well, Web 3.0, The New Frontier and Beyond, is a book basically about where we come from as far as a technological advancing country and where we are and where we headed. I wrote that book in 2022. It was during that COVID time.
Yeah.
That's when I wrote that book. Like you said, those negative mindsets and roadblocks. That's why it hadn't been released. Oh, nobody's going to read it. Oh, nobody's going to, you know.
I'll tell you
So,
the secret. That's very common in the publishing world for authors.
yeah, man. So since this is my first book, you know, and I'm like, you know, obscure, you know, who's going to read my book, right? So I just sat on it and sat on it. And, when this AI started really hitting, and I've been using ChatGPT since 2024, I guess, or 23, somewhere around there. Been using ChatGPT, and then I was like, and then when Claude came out, I started really like, you know what? It's time to release this book. So, but basically Web 1.0, you guys remember when when the internet, you was doing the dial up and, dialing in with the modem and all that AOL CDs and, you know, Windows 98,
Yes,
my,
sir.
Office came out, you know, stuff like that, you know, that's like Web 1.0, internet straight static. All you can do is look at the web pages and be like, wow, this is great. I'm reading information on the screen, right? So then you move along, you know, Microsoft, Apple, then Web 2.0 hits. Now you're on the web. You trying to order a little pizza or something, you know what I'm saying? You're getting a little feedback, you know, you got a little social media trying to come up, MySpace. Y'all remember that? Napster, all that type of stuff. You listening to a little music on there, right? So, and now we're in way surpass all that. We're like Web 3.0 guys. You can make your own community. You can create your own funds, your own money, your own tokens. You can do whatever you want, really. Now we got AI. Now, guess what? I say Web 3.0. We're really probably Web 3.5, you know, if you want to think about it. Because with this AI, you know, it brings that's a tool that brings a whole level of automation and a level of, you don't have to know how to code now. You can talk to this thing in English and it can write any program you want, right? So but you got to, you got to know how to look, watch, understand what it's doing, have some guardrails. It's a whole lot more to it than what I'm making it sound. But in a nutshell, I'm just telling people where we are, where we've been, where we come from, and where we're headed. It's time for
Beautiful,
volume 2 now, really.
beautiful, beautiful. And Dr. Jim is publishing that book for you?
Yes, sir. He's been doing the publishing on it, and hey, I need to tighten up and hurry up. I know he's waiting on me, so I got to
Okay.
hurry up.
Well, good deal. Well, thank you, Mr. Armstrong, and thank you, Dr. Jim of I Am Press, the man who says there is a book in you. So, Miss Allison, there is a book in you, young lady. Yes, ma'am. I'm going to tell your story of glory to Dr. Jim and connect you two together because there is a book in you. Miss Connie's
Sounds
already
good.
got her book. Ma'am, what'd you say, Miss Allison?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just saying that it sounds good. I agree.
All right. Well, perfect, perfect, perfect. Mrs. Connie's already got her book in the makes as well. She's getting her manuscript to Dr. Jim ASAP. And she's been sidelined, obviously, in the hospital right now, just underwent heart surgery. And that's just one of those little weeds, the little bumps on the road to our success, trying to hold us back. That's all it is. That's all that is. But she's going to be just fine, just like every time. We just got to keep moving forward, you all. Don't stop at anything. Do not stop at any form of negativity from yourself or others. No form of negativity whatsoever. Keep doing what you're supposed to do and do it with all thy might. Indeed, you shall win the fight. So with that, you all have a beautifully blessed night. Anybody else got anything else before we wrap it on up?
No,
Nope.
I've had this 2 times. Today was my second heart surgery, so I just appreciate everybody's thoughts and prayers with me. I'm gonna do just fine.
Absolutely.
I hope I'm out here tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Amen. Amen.
Oh, my.
Yeah, your prayers are definitely with us. And our prayers are with you. You're in our minds, our positive thoughts, and so much more. Good health and healing is on your way. Victory is already yours, thus saith the Lord.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. Yes, ma'am. Beautiful. And no one has any questions for me. No one ever has any questions for me,
Hey,
Mr. Lawler. Goodness gracious.
well, I got a question.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you stay so positive?
Which one are you asking?
Um, Mr. Coleman.
Well, it's a little secret. If I tell you, then I have to hide you. No, I'm just kidding.
Look,
No,
he even made that sound positive. I have to hide you.
no, so for me, the secret to my positivity is, as Dr. Jim always says, understanding essentially the 13 universal laws of life, the laws of success, the laws of love, success principles. They're called many things. Understanding those and just knowing if I continuously to embody those laws, those universal laws, I know that all I have to do is continue to remain positive no matter what life throws at me. From being shot at on the police department to flipping my squad car to weightlifting accident that nearly paralyzed me, whatever, I know that it's always going to work out if I simply do the work, remain positive, and keep moving forward and keep going forward. But remember, don't just keep going forward, keep growing forward. A lot of people look at obstacles and go, woe is me. I look at them as, whoa, opportunity for me to get better. Something I'm going to learn here in life. And that's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me positive. And that's what helps me be infectious with my positivity with other people around me. Because I've seen it work. Dr. Jim always says, you can see the universal laws play out in your own life's experiences. And I've seen them more than we can imagine. That's why I've never been negative, at least since I was a young child, when I start discovering these types of universal truths. No need to be negative at that point. You just trust the process and keep doing what you're supposed to do. And it's going to always work out for you.
Mm.
Sir. So great question. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Anybody else got anything before we close out for this evening? Beautiful. Great job, Mr. Lawler, as always, my living legend friend. Looks like you got something, sir.
Oh, no, I was going to say I positively need to go to work.
I got you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Jim, as always. Mrs. Connie, thank you for showing up. Not only showing up, she showed out right here from the hospital bed. So thank you, dear. Thank you, Mr. Eric Armstrong, our tech friend. Miss Allison, Smarty Pants from the engineering department at University of Memphis, my good long-term friend. Thank you, Miss Amy. Thank you, Mr. Meesey. And Miss Opa Allen had to cut out a little earlier for a meeting. So you all have a beautiful, blessed night. Love you all. Thank you. And talk to you all soon and very soon.